everybody, and this is your week 2 of primary ballet grade. Now hopefully you've done your warm-up. If you haven't, just quickly pop back, do your warm-up and then come back and see me. Now hopefully you've all been practicing all those exercises from week 1. Now we're going to carry on with our primary grade and we are going to do step and close with balance. Now some of you might have already done this with Jolie or Ellie. But we're just going to recap, and if you haven't, then it doesn't matter. So, we're going to stand with those feet in first position. Now, remember those transference of weight. So remember last week we pointed our toe to the side with our knee facing up. So first of all, just have a little practice at reminding yourself about the correct position that you want. So you want that knee facing upwards, no cheeky knees coming round to the front, nice and straight. Tummy and bottom pulled in. You can either have your hands down as long as they're not moving around, or if you want, you can get rid of them and pop them up onto our finger belt. Okay, so we're here. So I'm going to keep my hands up on finger belt. Now, we're going to step to the side, so we're going to point. Now, this is the tricky bit. You've got to point that toe before it comes in. All right, I don't want to see any of this. Point, and then this one just does a slide. That's not good. We don't want any of that, just sliding it in and having a lazy foot. We really want to stretch that second foot. So as we come through, point it and in. Step, point it and in. Now we're going to go back the other way. Point it hard and in. Point it hard and in. So have a little practice of that, so you can switch the video off and just have a little practice at really stretching both those feet. 2 pointy toes all the time. All right, so now hopefully you're back with me and you've had a good practice at pointing. This is even harder. Okay, so you've got your thinking caps on. All right, we're going to step. Now it's going to come in and close, point. Now here comes the tricky bit. We're going to point. It's got to come into first position and then it's going to go straight up the garden path and point. Going to keep that knee nice and bent, and that's called a fondue. We're going to keep that leg on a bend, making sure that heel comes up. Now from there, we're going to straighten this leg. Nothing with this leg, keep that one still. Just straighten, and that leg should come off the floor a bit. And then we're going to put it down. Well done. Now, this leg's going to come straight out, no bends. Step, in, step, first position, point, and straighten, and bend. Well done. Okay, now let's just take it back. So rewind a little bit. And we're going to just practice on this little action. Step, in, point. Straighten your leg, bend your leg. Step, in, point. Straighten your leg, bend your leg. Well done. I'm going to put some music on. We're just going to practice that little section. So I'm just going to go off camera, find your music, and then I'm back. All right, so nice and tall. We go step, in, point, up, down, step, in, point, up, and down. Well done, good. Step, in, point, up, down, and again, step, in, point, up, and down. Last time, step, in, point, up, down, and in. Good, well done. Now, we're going to do it a little bit quicker next time with the music. So a little bit faster now. Step, in, point, up, and down. Don't want what I mean. Step, in, point, up, and down. Good. step and close and step in point. Lift and down. Step and close and step in point and lift and down. Well done. Now, make sure there's no weight in that front leg. Okay, so when we do our step in point, remember what I've just said, you don't want to be leaning forward into that foot. You don't want to have any weight on it. All your weight is in that back leg, so you're able to lift it up and move it around. Now remember, we're always having a little go at you all, aren't we, about keeping the weight back. And that's why, because if you're going to put your weight forward, when you come to step, you're not going to be able to move that leg. So make sure that you can really have all the weight out of your leg. Right, we're going to do it to the step music now. And this is your step and close exercise.
Step and point with balance.
Ready? Nice and tall. Off we go. Step in point, up, down. 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 Well done, very good. That is a tricky one. All right, so next we've got our corps de bras. So we're going to have a little bit of a game at home with you to see whether you can remember what your arm positions are called. So what is this position called? See if you can shout it out to mummy or daddy or whoever's there, and then I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to give you 3, 2, 1, and you should have said bra bar. Well done. This one, which is opposite our belly button. Get ready to shout it out. 3, 2, 1. You should have said first position. Well done if you did. This one, out to the side, remembering that we've got our elbows nice and lifted. What one's this called? Shout it out. 3, 2, 1. You should have said second position. Well done. Now, last one goes all the way up. Remember, we should always see into the palm of our hands. We don't want to see this or this. We turn so we can look into the palm of our hands. So shout out what position this is. 3, 2, 1. And you should have said fifth position. Well done, everybody. So our arm exercise goes like this. Now, shout out the name of the position when we get to it, okay? So we're going to go first, bra bar, first, second, all the way down to bra bar, up to fifth, out to second, down to bra bar. Good, and again. First, bra bar, first, second, down to bra bar, up to fifth, out to second, and down. Well done. Now, we do that all the way through, and then we're going to turn around after the second time, and I want you to make your own position. I don't mind what you do. You can do anything. Whatever you like, you can do your own position. And maybe you can send me a photograph so I can see what position you've done. All right, I'm going to put the music on, and this is your corps de bras.
Preparation for corps de bras A.
Ready? Feet in first. Remember, keep those legs straight. And first, bra bar. First, second, bra bar, up to fifth. Open to second, bra bar. Remember, keep those arms lovely and smooth and round. Now turn around on the spot and make your own position. everybody. Right, now if you have got any mats, you can even draw your own circles on paper and colour them in and then use them. If you haven't, it really doesn't matter, but it does help a little bit, but don't worry if you haven't. So if you have got anything, we're going to put them on the floor and we're going to stand just so our toes aren't touching the circle, but we're just slightly behind. All right, I might need to move mine out just a little bit further. Okay, so we're going to do something called sautés and échappés. Now, another little quiz for you to see if you can remember. Sauté means to jump, and échappé means to escape, which means we come up and then take our legs out to second, landing with our heels down, our head up, our back doesn't drop forward, we keep nice and tall. Up and out, and hopefully I've landed on my spots, and then we're going to jump our feet back into the middle again. Good. So we're going to do 4 jumps in first position. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Remember, get those heels down, knees out, back up. Then we're going to do an échappé. Our legs come up and out, up, out, land on your spots, and then stretch and bend. Then we're going to do 4 sautés in second position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping those feet on your mat, and then we're going to jump those legs back into first position, and back in, and stretch. Well done. So, switch off the video for a little bit, and I just want you to practice bends and stretches so we get that window, and I want you to take it out into second, practice your bends and stretches, and then when you're ready, come back to me and we're going to do your exercise.
Sautés and échappés.
Right, so you should all be back with me. Nice and tall. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, out. Stretch, bend. 1, 2, 3, 4. In. Stretch, bend. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up, out. Stretch, bend. 1, 2, 3, 4. In. Stretch. Well done, everybody. Now, before we go, we're going to do our little curtsy bye-bye. So we're going to walk forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step.